Welcome back, digital watch fans, to Vintage Digital Watches. So I have this Girard Perregaux Casquette watch. It's a driver's LED watch for a change on this channel. It's in full working order, but timekeeping is a little bit off, and it does have a trimmer cap through which you do small adjustments if the watch doesn't keep time right. I've tried that over the past month in several positions, and it keeps lagging behind. So my thought is that the quartz crystal has drifted so far that even that trimmer capacitor can't bring it in sync. So we're going to try to fix it. Now there are several options we can go with, but the easiest one is to switch out the quartz crystal with a different one. We can either pick an off-the-shelf part like this one that I have here, or if you have spare parts like I do from other watches, you can use a crystal like that. It's up to you if you want to buy an off-the-shelf part or just pick one from a spare watch you have. But do bear in mind that quartz crystals do tend to drift over time, reason why we have in older watches adjustment capacitors, also called trimmer capacitors. But the older a quartz crystal gets, the more stable it is. But technology has improved over time, so it's hit and miss, I suppose. Probably an off-the-shelf part is just as good as an aged one. Plus, if you pick one from a watch, it better be from a watch that keeps good time. Okay, now you can see here the module, and it's held in place via these two little screws. And here you have the trimmer capacitor, which you can turn in small increments to the right or to the left. I think the turning it to the right means that you make the watch faster, but usually this is specified in some manual, which I don't have. So what I did is tried several positions. This is not a multi-turn trimmer, which means that if you do one revolution, you will pass through its entire range of values. Now let's remove the module. Oh boy, and here we go. So no doubt that this is the quartz crystal. Back in the old days, they had these huge quartz crystals, and I will show you one for comparison. This is what you get in a modern watch as opposed to that. And I'll probably have to take this tape that was holding it in place, so you can just see the size difference. So first we'll try to use our oscilloscope to determine if that crystal oscillates at the proper frequency, and that should be around 32,768 times per second. And you'll see a sine waveform which looks basically like this. And you can see that I did this trick just so I can have the batteries running while the watch is open. And yep, and there we can see the sine wave. Depends on your oscilloscope how you can go through the settings and measure this, but I know how mine works, so I will just do a screenshot of that. I don't think that's correct. 13,000. We have to adjust first the markers. Okay. So what we need to measure here is one period, if you will, so one cycle, which can be from here to here, or it can be from here to here. So just pick 2 points in which the waveform repeats itself. So we'll bring one marker there, and we need to bring another one there. So more or less the frequency seems to be correct. It's 32,780 something. We need to be at 3276. But let me take another measurement just so we can do a more precise measurement. Okay, so now that we did a measurement over a high resolution of that waveform, we can see that we did one marker, which is about here, and this is another marker, and we can see that with the additional precision, because we did it over a more granular waveform, it's 32,406, which seem to be straying away from the 3276 that we're looking for. So this quartz is resonating a little bit slower, which is indication that we have that issue. So I think just because of the convenience, I will try to switch to one of these. Okay, and changing this out is not going to be that easy because Girard Perregaux have chosen to go with this flexible PCB style, if you will. This is a flexible film on which we have printed the traces. So any heating of this might damage it and make me lose the watch forever. So what I'll do, I'll just trim this right off and then try to branch in with this one directly on the studs that will remain afterwards. Polarity does not matter in the case of a quartz crystal that has 2 leads going outwards. Here we take out the bad crystal, and I am going to keep this just in case I want to sell the watch later. I can also include the original crystal, which is a dud or bad part at this moment, and we are going to need only the tiniest amount of solder on those tips. And that should be ready. And always clean your solder points with some alcohol. Okay, now all we need to do is rig it back in the watch so we can measure again if we have any improvements in the frequency. And thankfully the watch is working again. So let's bring in our scope and do another measurement. And by the way, this is by no means a very good scope. Again, we have a waveform there. We just need to do a more granular measurement. There we go. And now we're going to do a snapshot of that. And we can see we are much closer to last time when we measured like this. I think we were 324 something. So now with 326 something, we are a lot closer. So that's an improvement. The rest up to 32 7, 8, I think, is just the capability of this oscilloscope, but just that up in frequency is something that pleases me. So I think only time will tell if this is a successful fix because of the limitation of my equipment. Honestly, I'll just have to monitor it and see if this was a proper fix or not. And here we are a few days later, 3 days to be specific, and the most practical way to see if the watch is keeping good time that I could think of is just to go ahead and sync it with an atomic watch, with a radio control watch, in this case my Rise Man. And I have to tell you that the results are excellent. So within these 3 days I didn't even adjust the Girard Perregaux. It's exactly how it came out of the fix without any adjustments on that trimmer cap. So I managed to get them synced up perfectly. And you can see that the Rise Man is about half a second quicker, which means that this watch lost half a second in 3 days. And that is pretty good. And I'm sure that by adjusting it from the trimmer cap, I can get it to work even better. So I am super happy because right now I can finally use this watch without having this thing on my mind that's telling me it's not working properly, especially because it's such a rare watch. I hope this fix was interesting for you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe. I try to release as often as I can digital watch related videos, reviews, fixes, collection roundups, and anything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.